and welcome back to Talks from Uncle Trev. Now we've been learning lessons from Euro 2020. Now I want you to imagine that you're watching one of the games on your television. Let's say it's the red team playing against the white team, and it's really exciting when all of a sudden one of the white players tries to win the ball by tackling the red player, but he misses the ball and he catches the red player on the leg, and the red player goes down injured. Now the red player is so badly injured he can't carry on. They send the trainers onto the pitch, but he's so badly injured he just can't continue. So if you look over to the side of the pitch, you'll see this happening. The coach of the red team has decided to make a substitute. That means he's going to change his players over. He's going to take the player off who's injured, and he's going to put a new player on in his place. And the third official will be holding a board above his head, a bit like this. The red number is the number of the player who has to leave the field, and the green number is the number of the player who's going to come on in his place. Now it's not only when players get injured that the coach can make a substitute. He can make a substitute at any time in the game. Sometimes his team might be losing and he knows that they need to score goals, so he might take off a defender and put on a striker. Or his team might be winning, so he might take off a striker and put on an extra defender. When I was a little boy, I used to have a dream, and my dream was this. It was the FA Cup final. Manchester United were playing Liverpool. There was 10 minutes to go in the game, and Manchester United were winning 2-0. And I was sitting on Liverpool's bench. I was the substitute. And the Liverpool manager turned to me and said, "Trev, now's your turn. I want you to be my substitute. I want you to go onto the pitch and take the place of one of the other Liverpool players." And on I went. And I scored not one goal, not 2 goals. I scored 3 goals. And my team won the FA Cup. And I had the trophy over my head. The substitute had won the game for Liverpool. So then, children, week 1, we found out that God has given us good rules, but we've broken them. And because we've broken them, we are put away from God and we deserve to be punished. And last week, we found out that we're now on the outside. There's this barrier of sin that's stopping us getting to God, stopping us being friends with God. But we also learned last week that there's a small gate, that there is a way back to God. It's through this narrow gate. And this narrow gate is Jesus. And Jesus says, "Come through me, enter through me, and you will be saved." But the question for us this week is, how does Jesus actually rescue us? How does he do it? Well, I want you to think of Jesus as your substitute. You see, Jesus is God, but he's also man, joined together. He is the God-man. He's the God-man substitute. For those people who trust in Jesus, he takes their place. He takes their place in 2 ways. Firstly, we deserve to be punished for our sin. But as our substitute, Jesus takes our place, and he takes the punishment that we deserve. And secondly, we can't live with God anymore unless we're pure and holy. And we're not, are we? But Jesus is, because he lived the perfect life. And as our substitute, he takes our place. He gives us that perfect life that we cannot live. So today, children, we've learned a really important lesson for football. We've learned what a substitute is. And the Bible teaches us that those people who come to Jesus, who trust in him, that he will become their substitute. He will take their place. Now that's a wonderful thought, children, that Jesus has taken your place. He's taken your punishment and he gives you his perfect life. That's brilliant news. So my question to you is, are you still trusting yourself? Or have you asked Jesus to be your substitute? Hey children, it's been great talking to you again. I hope some of these messages are really useful for you and that you're really thinking about these things carefully. So as you watch the football, try and remember some of the talks that you're hearing each Sunday. Take care. I'll speak to you next week. Bye.